Hi guys, so we have been asked to do a van tour. So this is our van. This is Avandra. Avandra is a 1995 Auto Trail Scout. She has, what has she got? Just over 70,000 miles on her. So she's doing well. She's doing well for her age. So the front, Andrew and his darlings, which are the biggest bane of my life because all they do is fall over all the time and wobble. So gas, our bathroom, our toilet emptier, and our electric point is on this side, as well as our heater thingy-majiggy. So she also has a wind out awning, which we, believe it or not, we actually use quite often. It's great when it's sunny because it keeps the sun off that side of the van. So another good thing is you'll see the inside, so you'll see where my little cabin is. But that is one of my little windows. So all this here, all the way back to about here, is my bedroom. My private little cave away from Andrew. The dogs love it as well, because they get a bit of a respite out the road of soda and a big paws. And this is the back of the van. A lot of you will have seen about the first video. Andrew decided he would try and climb up and down the ladders to do the solar panel. He's getting used to them now. The bike rack that we use for washing, more than anything else. Let's go inside. So one of the big selling points for us was the fact that it comes with these split doors. Everybody else is like on the Auto Trailers has all got one standard door. We have a split door, which is great because it keeps them in when we want some fresh air. But yeah, are you ready to go inside? Come on, mate. So a lot of people have been asking about what our inside of our van looks like. It's not as easy to try and do this video when you live in a van because you've got so much stuff and we use so many areas, like up here, for storage during the day. But we'll give you the best of a glimpse in our life in the van as we can. So this is our kitchen. So our kitchen we have a fridge and fridge freezer. We have obviously a sink, 3 gas burner, grill, oven. Extractor fans and stuff, but we don't tend to use it because it sets on the electric go funny. Food, teas and coffees, yeah, just a basic kitchen really. So we also have the cab. So as you can see, we have 2 swivel chairs. We turn them round when we obviously want to have a bit more space. We also have a curtain that goes all the way around, so that blocks off a bit of the light. If we're parking for more than a couple of days, we do actually have a proper one that goes on the outside, which makes it just go pitch black in there. Yeah, that is my bedroom. My bedroom gets used for storage during the day. So Andrew's bedding and things goes up there, and anything that we need to get out the road just stores up there really. Then we have our, well, what would you call it? A dining room, I guess. So as you can see, there's plenty of space. We've had quite a few people around. But this also turns into Andrew's bed. So these 2 cushions go in the middle and this table gets put down. Yeah, Andrew loves his little bed. And we also have an amazing huge window which we get amazing views. Above we have storage. We have a lot of storage in this van. But this is like our plates, cups, dog's cupboard up there. Right opposite me we have our map. Now this was a Christmas present of Andrew to me, and it's like a scratch card, so you scratch off wherever the destinations are that you've already been to. So something else, we do have a lot of gadgets and gizmos up on this end. So we do have a carbon monoxide alarm, which is, it is a Wi-Fi one, isn't it? A wireless one as well, so it sends us a signal to our phones as well. And then on that side we have our fire alarm, and that is the same, that is Wi-Fi related. So it can, even if we're not in the van, it tells us and lets us know. We do also have security cameras. One's up in here for the dogs. It's a little doggy cam. We also have, which was one of my favourite things Andrew ever did, was we have our USB points. So I actually have quite a few. How many have we got? We've got 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 8 across the van in specifically put areas. So I have one in my bedroom, one there. We also have 2 on the other end of the van. So yes, so some more bits of safety that we have. We did make sure everything was done. So we have our fire extinguisher, and also underneath here we have a fire blanket. Health and safety for us obviously is a big thing. And then we have our coat rack, which has my Stonehenge towel on, which I got for my birthday, my witchy bells, and then we have a cupboard full of stuff. And our 3 dog hooks, which we love, don't we? So they each have their own little hook with all their dog stuff on.
So this is the cab. 2 captain's chairs, so we can swivel these around, which is quite nice. We don't spend much time in this, maybe half an hour to an hour a day just travelling, but it's pretty basic, to be fair, because she is a 1995 model, so what you see is what you get, basically.
So yeah, so we have a sat nav, a reversing camera, we have a new sound system put in because we can't drive without having sound.
And do we have Daleks?
And we have, yeah, how many is there? 8, 6.
We have
6 Daleks.
6 wobbly Daleks.
Yeah.
And a stormtrooper. And a stormtrooper as well.
So then we have this, which is obviously our wardrobe. In our wardrobe, I'm not going to show you because it's an absolute mess, but in our wardrobe obviously we have a few bits hung up, but it's mainly a storage unit. So it has our diesel heater tank and everything's in there. Also like outboard games and a couple of clothes and big winter clothes. We also have a lot of storage on our unit on this side. We have storage everywhere in this side. This side is very much storage orientated for us. So, yeah, so we have our storage here. Above that is our whole control panel. A lot of buttons and bits and bobs. Then we have our storage up here. So we have, when Andrew puts his clothes away properly, we have our towels and stuff up there, Andrew's clothes. That is our electrical cupboard. Well, no, sorry, gadget cupboard. I don't even open it because something could end up falling out, but all of our gadgets go in there. My clothes. Books that we brought with us and bits and bobs of reading material and quizzes and stuff. My amazing limited edition BB-8. Candles, cushions, the usual stuff. But all the exciting stuff is under the seats. So this side has our diesel heater in it. Our diesel heater, it just takes up a tiny little corner, but it pumps out huge amounts of heat. And then on this side of the van is where our door is for the outside. So we tend to put everything that we need for the outside of the van goes on this side. Then on this side, this is Andrew's side. So I will let Andrew explain that one. Over to you, Andrew.
So this side of the van, where the seating is, underneath is all the electrics, including 2 lithium batteries. We have a solar charger controller, which is Bluetooth, so we can see exactly what it's doing at any time. So if it's sunny, we can see how much power's coming off, and if the batteries are getting low, it tells us that as well, which is pretty handy to know, especially when it's been like it has been for the last 4 weeks or so, where the weather's been pretty awful. Also down here we've got an inverter, so if we want to run something on a traditional 3-pin plug, i.e. 230 volts, we can switch that on. That runs off the batteries, so we can run things like the laptop charger or our air fryer. That's about all we use. I did think about bringing the curling tongs and the straighteners and the hairdryer, but I'm just not going to use them, to be fair. Also down here is the existing panel which controls all the electrics for the van. So what it does, it switches. So if we're on a site and we can hook up to electric, that detects that the electric's coming through, switches off the batteries, and the whole van is then powered through an EHU, electric hookup, 230 volts. It also charges the batteries up, which is great. Don't often do that because we can survive with solar for now. One thing that we're going to worry about in winter is the batteries, but we'll see how we go with that. And back to Stuart for a tour of the bathroom.
And we've now come to the end of the tour, and this is Andrew's little baby, and this is our bathroom, which if any of you have seen on our other video, you'll have seen Andrew actually fitting it and doing all the little sparkly things and fitting new walls, new panelling. Then you have all of our bits and bobs. So this was the paneling that Andrew fitted, as well as obviously the silver trim and everything. And it is like a plastic board, so it's great because it keeps really clean. We know that it's nice and watertight. The boarding that was in before we took out and just added this one, which I love because it's sparkly. Any excuse for a sparkly bathroom. The console itself is original. As you can see, it's got a bit of wear and tear. But what you have to remember is she is an old girl.